Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy's vision has finally come to life, but are you still confused by the way it works? Well, I'm here to help you out. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and as always, I'm Daniel Alone with Seaway Sports Lounge, and today I'll be showing you the basics on how the TGL works, or the Tomorrow Golf League. So in this video, I'll be covering the match format, the fun technological features of the stadium itself, and my overall take on what this means for the game of golf. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So to start off, the TGL consists of 15-hole matches made out of teams of 3 players out of 4 that they scheduled for the day. So for example, we have here the Atlanta Drive team consisting of Patrick Cantlay and Justin Thomas, just to name a few that involve many of the top players on the PGA Tour today. So as you can see here, we have 6 teams in total consisting of the Atlanta Drive, Boston Common, Jupiter Links, LA, New York, and Babe Golf Clubs. So now you're asking yourself, how do you play a hole in TGL? So as you can see here, players would be teeing off from the back tees when it comes to tee shots and longer approach shots. And when it comes to shots from 150 yards or less, then they'll be playing from the forward tees. But depending on which lie that they get, they could play off real grass fairways and rough and sand traps as well. But when it comes to 50 yards and in, that's when players move on to the green zone. So now from 50 yards and in, players will be coming to the green zone, but where they hit from, they'll be highlighted by a blue circle located on the green itself or from the outside of the green. And from there, they'll keep playing the hole until the ball is holed. So now that we know how a hole is played, let's go over the formats. So for the first 9 holes, it's a triples alternate shot. So as you can see here for an example, for the first hole, it'll be Justin Rose teeing off for LA, while Tiger was teeing off for Jupiter Links. And then we keep rotating players until the ball is holed. So the first shot would be Justin Rose and Tiger Woods. Second shot would be Colin Morikawa and Kevin Kisner. And the third shot would be Sahith Theegala and Max Homa. And then on the next hole, there'll be the second person teeing off. So in this case, Morikawa and Kisner, and so forth. From holes 10 to 15, then it becomes a traditional match play singles format. In this case, they can match up Justin Rose against Tiger Woods for 2 holes, Morikawa and Kisner for 2 holes, and Theegala against Homa for another 2. So when it comes to scoring in each match, each hole is worth 1 point. Whoever gets through the hole in the fewest strokes earns that point. But should a team want to raise the stakes, especially if they're down early, they can invoke the hammer here. Then the hole is worth 2 points, but should they refuse it, then they concede the hole and concede the point for that hole. And with the scoring system, whoever gets the most points at the end of the night is declared the winner and earns points for their team when it comes to the standings. But depending on how you win the match is how you get scored. So as you can see here, we have the regular season point system. If you win the match in regulation, you earn 2 points, but should the team lose the match in overtime, it'll be worth 1 point. And if you lose in regulation, no points, unfortunately. How do you end up in overtime? If the match is finished in a tie, then we go to closest to the pin matchup for 3 holes, and whoever wins that gets the extra point. And by the end of the regular season, only 4 teams make it to the playoffs. In the semifinals, it'll be 1 match, and the winners of the semifinals then move on to a best of 3 championship series. And whoever wins the best of 3 is declared the TGL champion and the SoFi Cup winner, and bringing home a $9 million payday. So now you may ask yourself, this seems like pretty straightforward simulator golf, but hold on a second. There's some very neat features that makes it very interesting to TGL. First off, there's the introduction of a 40-second shot clock. So if players don't get their shot in time, then they get invoked a 1-stroke penalty, which could hamper their chances at that hole. And secondly, you may ask yourself, oh, they're playing on a flat green surface. It's almost like I'm putting at Golf Town. No, that's not the case at all. With each hole design, the green actually rotates 360 degrees, and from there, there's hydraulics underneath the green in order to change the slope and the design of the green, which makes players to actually have to read the green itself. And last but not least, if players are unsure how to play the hole, there's some timeouts involved in there. So in TGL, there's 2 timeouts per session. If you don't use any triples, they do not carry you over. So that is pretty much TGL in a nutshell. But as for my overall take, I like this idea that Tiger and Rory brought to the table, such as the 40-second shot clock. That could easily be brought over to traditional golf, especially when it comes to players that tend to play a little slower than usual. And as for heading into this massive screen, you're probably thinking, oh, I could just go to a regular simulator and just play Pebble Beach. But no, these designs are crazy, especially after watching last week's match. Like, there's some very neat hole designs. I've seen one where it's like surrounded by molten lava, well, that is very unique. I know some people could be saying this is just simulated golf, but to me, I like this idea, and I will definitely be a regular viewer of the TGL. So if you guys are curious how to watch it, you could watch it every Tuesday at 7 on Sportsnet in Canada, but if you're in the States, you could watch on ESPN or ESPN Plus. So that wraps up the video for today. If you guys like what you're seeing, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel for more content. We'll be coming out soon with our review of the squads for the upcoming Four Nations Face-Off in the NHL, and curling season's coming up soon with the big Canadian Championships coming up. So stay tuned, and until then, I'll talk to you guys soon.